Yo, what is back, guys? Rickcel, Encinas, and today I'm gonna show you my beautiful mind map. Take note that I'm not a good artist that I can just do this. I'm just put a lot of efforts on it, and this is my mind map. It's very simple, and yeah, I just made this. So I will show you what is this mind map all about. So, as you can see, I have put Historia in the middle. So why did I put Historia here? Because that is the subject that we actually introduced by our Sir Professor Jerry Buraga. And Historia means inquiry or knowledge. It's the study of the past. So I put Historia here in the middle because as this is the topic. So without history, we do not actually know what is our past or where we began. So each and one of us must know and learn about history because this is where we can actually see and learn about the past events that actually happened. So without history, well, we don't know what we are right now that we're studying it in this moment. So it really is the most important part of the lesson. Okay, so as we go further, we're gonna go here at the bottom left corner. As you can see, these are the 15 definitions of history. I have put the 15 here. As I said, these are the 15 definitions of history. We have the inquiry, knowledge, preserve, and the future. These are the key words that I have always think of it on my mind, that these words memorize, know what history really is. For the meaning, the greatest contributions, and of course the future that we are having right now. This lesson that I have was really important to me, and it really amuses me to learn more into deeper of studying history. Okay, so as we all know that history is a huge contribution in our country because this serves our sources. We can know all their societies, the governments, the systems, and most importantly, the cultures. And what we are right now is the technology era. So here, we can actually learn anything from it. History will change if we actually know the past, and we must succeed on what we are having right now. Alright, on next one, we're gonna discuss about this book that I have drawn. So this one is actually what does a book really is. So these are the original scripts and writings that are written here originally. So here we actually discuss about the three sources of history, which are the primary, secondary, and tertiary. So here we can actually see all the information on this book. It actually connects it to history because history is all about the stories of what is written in here. It is important to historians to have this kind of sources, and actually all of us needs this. So when the historians actually research all the sources, we must all aware and we must learn because these are the author's representation of the history of the past. So it is actually very precious. We all know that books really are important in our lives. So next up, we're gonna go here. So you can see we have Gumburza and Kabila Immunity. This lesson is somewhat more sensitive to me because this lesson is very long. Okay, so this is what I have learned about the Gumburza and Kabila Immunity. So we all know these events happened in 1872, where the accident actually a mere immunity by the Filipino laborers and soldiers in Cavite, which actually turned into abolition of privileges. This is the brief of uprising of 200 Filipino troops and workers and at the Cavite Arsenal, which is actually became an excuse in the Spanish repression of the embryonic Philippine nationalist movement. So actually, this actually gets my attention to always think about the story of Gumburza and the Cavite community. And lastly, we're gonna talk about this flag right here. It's about China and Philippines, the West Philippine Sea dispute. as we all know, this actually represents the controversy about the dispute of the West Philippine Sea between China and Philippines. I actually find this very also a long story, and it is still happening right now, that these two countries are battling of the territory, who actually claim or has or own these bodies of water, if it's against China or if it's with us. Yeah, I always think that, does China really want to extend the territory? So if yes, then why they have to do to battle against the South China Sea, that even though that it is actually part of our extensive economic zone, or the EEZ, that it is actually a very sensitive topic, but we all know that in myself that we actually own that bodies of water. Oh, and I forgot that I have put peace and love here. It is actually for this topic, that I hope that the two countries will actually communicate and understand that they must cooperate with each other, so the issue will end. And all we need in this world is about peace, so we can live freely, and we need to love each other, because why we need to battle this? It's just a territory. Okay, so overall, that is all my mind map. That yeah, I know it's just few that I put all few images, some figures, and some writings here. I should have put it more, but this all the lessons that actually I learned a lot from history, and these are my favorite topics that are given by our Professor Jerry. And yeah, it's really great to learn history. And I just put a heart here on how I love history, because without our professor, I could have done and actually learned about history. I gained actually more knowledge to know more about it, and I'm hoping that if there's ever another extension of a history topic, I will continue and learn more about it. So that's most of the history here. So yeah, my final words for history is actually, stories is just a long topic to say, but once you settle yourself and listen to its voice, you will learn such things that you cannot ever imagine before. That is all for now, guys, and history is just a good talk.